I'm Spencer.
It's the kid. It's your boy. It's JD.
And this is The Itch. And we're here to review Quantum Break.
Break!
This is for the Xbox One and the PC.
And the Windows.
And the Windows. This is a game where you are playing as Jack Joyce. So you're visiting a friend, Paul Serene, at a college, and he has made a grand discovery, or he claims to have made.
After the One Ring quest.
Yeah. So things. And long story short, I don't want to get too into the details because this is a story-based game, but you get infected with basically like a time disease through Chronon. Chronon's like a chemical, quote-unquote, that gets tossed around in this game a lot. And you get infected with it, kind of like a mutant would.
Yeah.
And you are imbued with time powers.
You get adamantium.
And it's up to you to then, you also get adamantium from claws coming out of your hand. But you get infected with it, and it becomes your task to stop Paul and to save your brother, Will, who was more involved in actually building the time machines. Oops. And other stuff. No, it's very clear he's heavily involved in that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you're going on this big adventure to do it. So I guess on the outset, I'll start by saying this is also half and half game / TV show.
Yeah.
A lot of it, what your actions and stuff contribute to the live action TV show that it breaks up into 20-minute segments throughout the game. And that part is kind of interesting. So you make a decision at the end of one chapter or one act, as they call it.
And it gives you an entire episode?
Yeah. But the entire episode isn't fully affected, just parts of it. So
okay,
they filmed it.
You said 20 minutes? Though?
Yeah. The episodes are 20 minutes long.
Wow.
Yeah, they're real episodes.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting take. So very ambitious with this game.
Of course.
Well, let's talk about the gameplay first. So use your time powers now and mix it in with your shooting. So if you played like Uncharted, that kind of adventure game style of shooting, go into cover, pop out, yada yada. One interesting thing about the gunplay is that if you pop out, you get immediate auto aim.
Okay.
So if you're kind of aiming in the area of your target, if you pop out of cover, you'll immediately target that. Usually their head.
It's like it's a Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right. So it won't stay there, but as long as you just pop out, it'll work. So it's a quick way to kind of take down a lot of enemies quickly to pop out with them. And being not very talented at video games, I use that quite a bit. And that was on the medium setting. So I played on medium.
I'm a beast.
Yeah. So the other side of combat is your time powers, which you get basically a shield, which you can block bullets coming in. It also seems like it heals you. Don't quote me on that, but I think it kind of heals you back to health. So you got that. You have freeze, which you can shoot like a ball, and it freezes everything in the area, and you can then pump it full of bullets. And then when the freeze is over, it's like they all come and hit him, which is cool.
Ow.
Really nice effect too.
Yeah.
It is really good for taking down like tanks, like big guys.
Yeah.
You just freeze it and then hit them, like shoot the shotgun 4 times. Usually you're pretty much good.
It's like shit.
There's the dash / slow motion. So you'll shoot forward in time, and if you hit L at the right time, you then slow-mo everything, and then you can pepper things with bullets then and all that kind of.
That's neat.
That technique, which I use the most. That's the one I use.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then you have one that I question.
Okay.
It's essentially a time bomb. And when I say bomb, I mean it literally explodes.
Okay.
So you charge it, and then you shoot it, and it will detonate in the area that you shoot it at, and everybody there will like die because of the
that is a bomb.
explosion of time.
Okay.
I don't understand the logistics behind that, but it was weird. It was kind of weird.
Okay.
It was strange, but whatever.
It was Doctor Strange.
Yeah. There are puzzles in the game that get solved through time, and I liked them a lot. If this game leaned more on those puzzles, that would have been awesome. Unfortunately, this one didn't really have a lot of it. It was mostly broken up by there'd be that and then combat scenes. So I wish they would have focused more on the puzzles because there's an awesome story to be told there. There are some cheap deaths with that. There's a lot of times when things will like shift. What do they call them? I can't remember what they call them, but they're basically fractures. But things will like shift, and like a building will fall, then pop back up, and fall and pop back up, and you're supposed to freeze it with your time power.
Yeah.
So you'll freeze it, but if you're close to it and you haven't frozen it yet, sometimes your screen will just go red, and then you're like, what did happen? And then it'll just go red again, you die. It's really weird, and they're very cheap, and the loading times in this game can be rough.
Okay.
So that always gets really frustrating. And with that, the checkpoint system is pretty brutal as well.
What do you mean?
So in games a lot today, it's pretty often that it autosaves for you.
Right.
This game does that, but in huge chunks.
Okay.
So if
You might have to play a lot
let's
of
say
content.
let's say you get through an area with like 20 guys, and then you have to go and you get to a point where then after the 20 guys that you killed, there's a little time lapse thing, and you accidentally die. You got to kill all 20 of them over again. Start all the way back. Now
better get
that's
started.
more of an old school normalcy, and a new school no. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays they kind of
No.
yeah, no. They're a lot better nowadays about putting the checkpoints constantly. So if you get through one thing, obvious set piece, saves, go to the next one. This one, there's like a couple set pieces before they save for you.
Okay.
Good or bad, I don't know, but it was frustrating with the load times. On the other side of it, there's that story, the TV show that happens,
Yeah.
and the things you do can make little changes to it. Granted, I only played it once. It has the same ending regardless of what you do, to my knowledge. It's like little changes that happen to the story. Some of them are really minute. Some of them are a little bit bigger in terms of the plot. Like you can either save somebody or not save them, or trust somebody or trust a different person. Because you turn into the villain for those little decisions.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really, really interesting. It's really, really weird. And the story that plays on in the TV show is definitely, you're not the characters that you see in the game. So it's a very, very much of a side story. And I'm going to be totally honest. I am not a person that watches TV shows. I think I've made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
And in the first one, I actually fell asleep during the first video segment. So I do apologize for that.
Wow.
I was on stream too. It was pretty hilarious. But I made sure to stay awake for the rest of them. And you're actually following a character that's almost like a bounty hunter. It's weird. He's like a security
black
guard,
dude?
bounty hunter. No, he's not. He was a cool character. And you kind of see his path and what he ended up as. And it kind of fell flat, but I still really enjoyed it. And I thought if they really played with that more, they could make something great with that. But I was interested at the end. So let's get on to the graphics. Graphics are amazing.
Yeah.
If this game has one thing going for it, it has style and graphics. The time stuff that you see, like little jaggies and everything that pop up,
The little jag.
are really, really cool. And
Yeah.
the set pieces are amazing. And I loved exploring it. Brought back a lot of memories of the other action games like Uncharted, Last of Us kind of style. Those looked amazing. The sound is great. A lot of voice acting professionally done. There's a lot of real actors in it. I thought some of the actors like could have put a little bit more effort into it.
Yeah.
If you hear like the main character and the main villain, like I don't know, they sometimes seem a little bit disconnected. But even still, it was really well done. Like I just think maybe they're used to a different space, which is fair enough. So let's get to the pros and cons. Pros are the graphics and the style, by far.
Yeah.
You will know that you're playing this game. There's no way like that is Quantum Break.
You're quantum breaking.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I love the effects time has on the world, and especially the circle that you can create that stops time.
Yeah.
Just pump full bullets
Yeah,
and
it's
move
that thing
around
that
it.
rolls.
And it's one thing to like do it and then see all the things happen. It's another to move around the environment and see its effects from different angles.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Ooh, looks great. And the story is fun. I understand that some of these stories. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of stuff. Science fiction time travel stories are going to have plot holes in it. They're going to have little like that makes absolutely no sense. That would not happen. That's not how time travel works. There's so many different rules.
Well,
to
no
it.
one knows how time travel works.
Right, but there's so many established rules of it, of how time travel is supposed to work, and they're different, like grandfather rules and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah. Are
It's-
you entering a paradox? Is it multi-dimensional?
right. So you're officially entering difficult territory, and I will say that they made it fun, and they connected things and made the bridges work that were there, and it was fun. If you're just popcorn, how about that, right?
Popcorn.
This is a popcorn
So
movie.
this is definitely a game you could play with a significant other, and they'd probably be into it because
yeah, with
you
the
have to
TV
start
show,
it.
and maybe you get through parts of it by yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can bring her back in, like, okay, this is what happened, yada yada. So let's get to the cons. The actual gameplay is a little bit spotty.
Really?
There's the gunplay is, like I said, there's auto aim to it. It was meant to be kind of more.
Are you complaining about auto?
Yeah, I am. I think that really detracted from it. It made it really easy for me because I can just pop out and hit him.
Maybe on a harder difficulty they don't have it.
Maybe I got to up it.
But you said you were playing medium,
Yeah.
so
So I mean, I was playing the medium setting,
Which
which
is
is
very
recommended.
surprising.
Yeah. Usually I go through the easy route. It was a little bit bland. I didn't like the gunplay that much. There was only so many guns you could use.
okay.
So it was okay. It was fine.
It was fine.
But I'm looking for great.
You're looking for great shooters.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Looking
Spencer himself.
personally, I'm not into cereals.
Okay.
So the whole idea of TV shows is actually a turn off for me. But I sat through it and did it because I'm reviewing the game and wanted to immerse myself.
Look at that. It's like he has some sort of code.
Now I will say, the quality of these TV shows is a little bit shaky, and by that there's a lot of shaky cam.
Oh, God.
This reminds me of like an FX or sci-fi TV show.
FX did good, okay? They have Archer. FX is great.
What I'm just trying to say is lower budget.
Oh, gotcha.
And
So, like, you're watching.
if this were a TV show, I would not watch it.
It's like Stargate Atlantis. I got you. Okay.
So, careful, there's a cult for that.
Oh, no, I know. My mom's a part of it.
And I'm also, oh, really? Anyway, so I'm not convinced that the changes are even that effective.
Okay.
I will play through it again probably to try to see if I can get something else out of it.
Oh, be a dick.
Well, there aren't any moral
Well, don't
questions
trust
because
people.
you're already the villain.
Oh.
You have to. It's like, who do you want to trust? And you kind of can see who they are, and you can see what's going to happen. But they all kind of railroad back into the same plot.
Okay.
So, now, do I recommend this game? $60? Hell no. This is an attempt at something, and I admire that.
Yeah.
They strove for something different. They could have just stuck with the time travel gimmick, and that would have been enough to make it different. They went with the whole TV show, and they put effort into it. Not a lot, but they put effort into making it like a legit TV show. And I think that's really cool. And I think we should applaud people that do that kind of thing, because that's a risk. And Microsoft, they went out on a limb on this one. I appreciate it. I respect it. This game is not worth $60. This
Oh.
game took me under 10 hours to complete. Pretty short. The game itself, if you want to look at purely from a gameplay aspect, not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a shooter with the time aspect. You didn't even need to, on medium settings, I only upgraded like one thing
Really?
from RPG mechanics.
Uh-huh.
Upgraded like one thing, got through it fine. I will say the ending boss fight is bitch. But
Should upgrade.
should upgrade a little bit, but throughout the rest of the game I didn't even need to.
Hmm.
So I will say $60 is asking a lot. When this game inevitably goes on sale, $40 for the experience, $30 maybe.
Yeah.
I would say between $40 and $30 you're at a good deal.
Yeah.
Um,
I figured I'd probably pick it up for that.
yeah, $60 definitely not. Don't.
See, that's why.
And if you're looking at it for replay value, there isn't any. The story knows where it wants to go.
Right.
You're not going to change that.
Yeah.
So that's my review.
All right. Well, I'm JD.
I'm Spencer.
The CH.
Thanks for watching.
So, yeah.